To Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach Wamalak Yahusha. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which the world calls God. And Yahusha is the name of his only begotten Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, want to give a strong shalom to all the mighty men. They're going out there, they're laboring. Right? They're presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice. They're doing all they can to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Not only that, they're enduring the elements, the 100-degree weathers, freezing below colds, and everything that's trying to hinder the work of the Most High. Shalom, shalom. Want to give another strong shalom to all the mighty Akwath, the sisters that are at home, and their representing their husbands, and the unmarried sisters as well, being teachers of good things, tender, delicate, and on fire for the Most High. Shalom, shalom. Last but not least, want to give another strong shalom to all the mighty teenagers and children in this truth, doing all they can to make their calling and election sure, right, in these last days. And shalom, everybody that will tune in to the live stream, Lord willing, right? And the topic of this cold cut is titled, right, everything happens for a reason. All right, again, the topic of this cold cut is everything happens for a reason. And we got to go over these fundamental milk topics, because the milk is not just the milk. Sometimes the milk is so milk that it could be meat, all right, or it could be wine. And you have a lot of brothers and sisters coming into this truth, and these are all fundamental topics that goes a long way. All right, they carry you a long way in this truth. Don't just think, well, I already learned that when I first came in, right? I know that already. No, these fundamental milk topics, they last you through the course of this truth. Don't forget, this truth is not a 100-yard dash, man. Who's the swiftest and the mightiest? No, this truth is a marathon race, man. This is a race that goes on longer than an average race. This race goes on a lifespan, a lifetime, over 50 plus years. And when you read our forefathers and the men of old, the sons of God, they was living to be approximately over 800 years old. And they was still learning new things. So with that being said, hey, this truth, it covers multiple centuries. And you want to have these fundamental milk precepts down packed, because if you don't, the lack of milk is going to overthrow you. Then you're going to be caught out here, man. So again, the topic of this cold cut is titled, everything happens for a reason. Right? You have to know that everything that's happening in your life, the prophecies outside of life, the things you can't control, time, etc., other people's actions, it's all according to the Most High. The Most High controls everything. A lot of you brothers, you be forgetting that the Most High controls everything, man. Hey, certain Jakes, they get too prideful. They start thinking that they control stuff around here. All right? They forget that the Most High is controlling everything, the will of the Most High. They get prideful. Then they start moving presumptuous, like just because a particular action didn't happen according to them. And you can't forget the Most High is governing the whole world in his hand. Whatever he says or he wants accomplished, that's what's going to happen. You have no control over your life. You don't have control over the things that happen around you. You can't control other people's actions. If somebody gets mad at you and tries to fight you or come at you, hey, the Lord is doing that, man. You can't say, well, hold on, that's just that brother. Yeah, we know it's a spirit, but the Most High is doing that. You could only control how you react. So everything is according, hey, the Most High might have did that to see, okay, you've been praying that the Most High relieves that anger spirit from you. He might have put you in that situation to see how you're going to react to it. Don't just think it's coincidence. It's coincidences, man. If it's 9 in the morning, it's peaceful and quiet, you open up your Bible and your next door neighbors just come out super loud, lawnmower going off, music blasting. Don't just think, whoa, that's just a coincidence. No, that happened for a reason, man. The Most High did that. Maybe that was Satan trying to distract you. So we're going to kick it off with the book of Ecclesiastes. All right. If you get fired from your job, guess what? That happened for a reason. Your car breakdown, you catching hell, affliction. That's happening for a reason. If the Most High blesses you, gives you nice finances of income, everything is going smoothly, flowing well, that happened for a reason. The Most High took a loved one away. You getting into it with your husband, vice versa, your husband with the wife, the children. That is happening for a reason. Maybe the Most High is trying to teach you a lesson. Everything is the word of the Lord. That's why we thank Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua for the things that he does, whether we like it or not. And it's going to be some things that the Most High do. Your flesh, you might not like that. You might be like, dang, Lord, you did this. Dang, you kind of question him a little bit. At the end of the day, whether you like it or not, you still have to thank Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Right? This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse number 1, the classic. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So it's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right, it's a specific season why things happen. It's a purpose to why things happen. What is a purpose? All right, you might do something on purpose for a reason. Maybe to get a reaction out of somebody, see how they react. All right, where their head is at. The Most High does things on purpose for a reason. The Lord just don't do things for no reason. Whether you could understand that reason or not, everything, there's a season and a time to every purpose underneath the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. So forth and so on all the way down. So that's how you know the Most High is controlling everything according to his purpose. Right? Not your purpose, Jake. Not your purpose, Eve. A lot of you Eves, you asking, oh, the Lord did this again? Oh my gosh. You pouting. You having a tantrum tantrum. You don't know what to do. Your mind is all jammed up. Hey, the Lord, he did, man. So you can't forget it's a purpose to everything underneath the sun. A lot of things that's happening in your life right now, the Most High is doing that according to his purpose. Everybody's life is different. You're going to have different reasons for every different thing. But it's according to his purpose. You cannot forget that, man. It's the Lord's purpose and nobody else's. Give me Rome. Let's go to Romans chapter 8. All right, let's go to the book of Romans, the 8th chapter. So now that you understand, well, okay, the Most High is doing things according to his purpose, this is where your life starts to become more easy. You're going to stop worrying about certain things, stressing over certain things, whether that's bills, how you going to get this done, how is this going to come into effect. All things work together for good for those that love the Most High. All right, this is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and 28. Right, Romans 8 and 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. So if you love God and you're called according to his purpose, all things is going to work out good for you. Everything is going to work smoothly. Now, you know why things don't work smoothly for you? Because you don't love the Most High. You're not keeping his commandments. You're probably doing God knows what. You're going off. You're not in his word. Your joy is not toward the truth. Or if you're not called, which is, we know that's the Israelites, but you have the call within inside the call, guess what? Things is not going to work good for you. Things is going to be horrible for you. Bad, evil. You're going to have demons on you. But it says all things work together for good to them that love God. So then when things is not working out, you have to ask yourself, am I loving God correctly? You might think that you love the Most High, or you might say that you love the Most High, but your actions might be totally different. You have to make sure that you seek in the kingdom first. Everything else is going to be added unto you. Everything else is going to work together for good. All right. It says, verse 30. It's like verse 29. For whom he did foreknow, he did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. So the Most High already foreknew certain men and women on the earth. Well, everybody that's on this earth right now, the Most High already knew you before you even came out the womb. All right, let's go to Jeremiah. Even the wicked ones, the evil men, the Most High already foreknew those men. Why? Because he's the one that created them. All right, let me get this precept in Jeremiah. Don't just think when you came into the truth, hey, the Most High, this is his first time meeting you, right? Hey, how you doing? I'm your creator. Okay, I'm learning more about you. You learning more about me. No, the Most High already knew you for the foundation of the world. And he already knew every other spirit before the world was created. This is where things get spiritual. This is where things get deep. The Most High knew every other spirit before the world was created. He knew the spirit of your mom. He knew the spirit of Joe at your job. And he knew the spirit of Elizabeth at your job. All of those spirits, he all knew every spirit, and every spirit has their own purpose and will. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse number 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. So the Most High already knew Jeremiah before he was a fetus in his mom's womb. All right, before Jeremiah's mom found out that she was pregnant, he already knew who he was. And he sanctified him. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So the Most High already sanctified and ordained Jeremiah as a prophet to the nations before he was even formed in his mom's womb. That's the same way with you. The Most High already knew you, and he already sanctified you for a specific purpose before you even came out, before you was even in the truth. All right? Before you was in the days of evil, chiefly before the foundation of the world. I want to get one more. We're not going to get too many precepts, right? That's a different topic for a different day. But I want to get one more precept just to show you that the Most High a lot of this stuff is already set in stone before the foundation of the world. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 6. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, and verse number 1. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered. So, this even before the angels was created, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, and ere present years were sought out, and or ever the adventures of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that gathered faith for a treasure. Right? Who were those that were sealed? The elect, the 144,000, the 1/3. So this is how we know, the Most High already knew these things before a lot of the stuff was put together on the earth. So I want to go back to that in the book of Romans, chapter 8. Right? This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse number 30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. So the Most High has everything predestined. Everything that's happened and that will happen in the future that's going on right now, it already was predestinated before the foundation of the world. All right? Stop forgetting that the Most High declared everything from the beginning. Whether if you're in a lower state right now, guess what? That was already declared from the beginning. Whether a situation didn't go the way you wanted it to go, hey, the Most High already declared that from the beginning. Even if things is going well and smooth through the Spirit, that was all declared from the beginning. Your problems, demons that's on you, demons that's trying to come up against you, that was all declared from the beginning. Let me get that in Ecclesiastes. Well, actually, let me get that in Isaiah chapter 46. Right, it's the book of Isaiah chapter 46 and verse number 10. Declaring the end from the beginning. I'm going to read that again. It says, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done. So it's certain things that's not done yet that the Most High already declared from the beginning, from ancient times. We talking about before the book of Job. We talking about before the book of Genesis. The Most High already declared the things from these are the ancient times. The things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Calling a ravenous bird from the east, the man that executed my counsel from a far country. Yeah, I have spoken it. I will also bring it to pass. I have purposed it. I will also do it. So again, everything is purposed. Stop freaking out over certain situations, man. And you got Jake in the world, and he crashing out. You got this new spirit on the earth. It's called the crash out spirit. Where something happen, some don't go your way. Instead of thinking on the precepts, okay, the Most High did this. It's for a reason. Whether you know it or not, Jake just crashing out, man. He getting his gun. He's shooting people. People, they killing themselves. They have intent. They just crashing out. And we not crashing out, man. That's what people in the world, they do. Right? Right from Ancients Knew Why Don't We? 2nd Esdras 9:5. That's a good precept. For like as all is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Right? Everything has a beginning and an end. Right? As they say in the world, a good proverb, hey, all good things must come to an end. It is what it is. Nevertheless, the Most High declared things from the beginning, from the end to happen, saying what? His counsel shall stand. Everything is the counsel of the Lord. Everything that's happening right now it was already rolled out to happen this way. Why should we freak out? Why should we panic, cry, get sad, mad, use emotions when everything is already set in stone to happen? Let's go to Let's go to Ephesians chapter 1. Alright, that's why we love Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Because no other guy could do this. Alright? Hey, Allah can't do this, man. Allah can't declare the end from the beginning. Alright? What else? Buddha can't. Ganesh can't. Shiva. Ashtaroth. Baal. Chemosh. What else? White Jesus. The sun god Ra. Anus. These different gods, they can't do what the Most High could do, man. Alright, from King James, it says, so we don't have a choice, or is everything that happens to us day to day is because of the Most High. Right? Everything is no such thing as free will. Alright, we're gonna get to that. But everything happens because of the Most High wanted to happen like that. And hey, whatever the Lord wanted to happen, hey, that's his will. He have done whateversoever he have pleased with. Right? The point is, it's for a reason. Right? This Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4. According to as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us to the adoption of the children by Jesus Christ to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Right? So again, the Most High predestinated us according to the foundation, before the foundation, chose us according to his good will. These things is the will of the Father, man. All right? That's another good precept, Proverbs 20 and 24. All right? They on fire in the comment book. All right? Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way? Right? You can't understand. A lot of men try to understand their own way. That's why they get jammed up. Jake freaking out. Well, damn, why is, oh, this happened because A, B, and C. Because this happened. Hey, the spirit is going to reveal to you certain things that happen or happen. I mean, that's just the spirit. You can't understand your own way, man. Let's go to that in Jeremiah 10 and 23. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and 23. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Yeah, it's not in man that walketh to direct his steps, man. Right? Hey, man don't know his steps. Man try to think he knows some stuff. Okay, I'm going this way. I'm going to do A, B, and C. Da, 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 da. Hey, that's when the counsel of the Lord comes in. All right? That's when the Most High steps in and say, no, this is going to happen according to what I want to do. Then in Proverbs, let's get that in Proverbs 16. Didn't the Lord say in Proverbs 16 and 25, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man? And if it was up to man, this whole earth would be destroyed. If we just take the will of the Most High, we put it up into man's hands, hey man, this world will be evil. Man, if man gets to be able to have whatever he wants at his desire, whenever he wants, we'll be doomed. It will be no self-control. It will be no learned life lessons. Because everything's just in the hand of man at his will. No temperance. We'll just be all out here doomed. Right? This Proverbs 16, 25. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Right? Because man, if it's up to him, if it's a way that seems right, hey, sometimes it's some reason, it's some things that happen in your life that didn't go as planned. Because if it did go as planned, you would be dead, man. The Most High would kill you. The Most High would have been killed you. But that's why he had his divine counsel intervene, so you would still be alive right here. Because if it was up to you, you would have done what you wanted to do. And you would be destroyed. Might be broke, might have some type of infection, disease, if it was up to you. So that's why you got to thank the Most High for the things that he do, man. Because his thoughts is not our thoughts. Let's get that classic precept. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 8. It says, for my thoughts, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways are not, it's like it says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord. So our ways and our thoughts are different. The Most High thoughts is different from ours on the earth. As for the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. You got to think about it. The Most High, he's in the heavens. He's seeing everything that's happening right now on the earth. He's looking down. He can see things that we don't see. He can see certain things happen at the same time. It could be a man over here getting robbed, and over here, it's a man prospering. He see that all at one time. He can see somebody over here crying out for help, and he can see somebody over here catching hell. So the Most High sees a lot of these things at once. He sees things before they happen, man. Don't just think the Most High, oh, now he finally caught on. No, the Most High sees things before they happen. So if he sees his servant finna get in some type of trouble, doing what he wants to do in his own eyes, and the Most High could foresee that, stop that, and have his servant pass on from the evil. Or the Most High could just have that evil overtake you and be put to death. It's all up to the mercy of the Lord. So on a deeper level, the Most High is seeing everything and he foresees everything. Right? Everything is on what you call destiny. Right? You got a lot of Christians saying, no, it's free will. We do what we want to do. Right? We all have a choice. Everything is according to us. We can make things happen. Right? Things is on destiny, man. Right? You have some called free will. You have some called fate. According to the Bible is for fate and destiny. Let's go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 19. All right, it's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 19th chapter. And it reads, Wisdom of Solomon 19 and verse number 3. It says, for whilst they were yet mourning and making lamentation at the graves of the dead, they added another foolish device and pursued them as fugitives whom they had entreated to be gone. Right? Talking about the Egyptians. Once the Egyptians was mourning and they saw all hell was breaking loose, the Most High smote the firstborn, they added another foolish device in their heart. They said, you know what? We're not finna let these Israelites go. We finna go catch them. And they pursued the Israelites. Verse 4. For the destiny whereof they were worthy drew them unto this end, made them forget the things that already had happened, that they might fulfill the punishment which was wanting to their torments. So because of destiny had the Egyptians, although they just got the 10 plagues done to them, destiny had the Egyptians forget the 10 plagues and keep pursuing the children of Israel, that they might fulfill the punishment which was wanting to their torments. Now, that might be you. The Most High might have you do something according to destiny that it might fulfill his will. The Most High might have you stop dealing with that evil in the world, man. And the Most High might have you stop going to the Christianity church. The Most High might have you go broke. The Most High might uplift all of those demons that was on you for years and years that you finally broke off. According to what? Destiny. And the Most High might have your so-called heart get broke, man. That you could come out of that world, come out of that wicked woman, and now you're on fire for the Lord. But in order for him to have you on fire, he had to teach you a lesson. The Most High might have that destiny. You get into it with your family in the world. They coming up against you, get into a big argument. And the Lord had that happen, that you could fulfill the destiny which he had already set in place. So these things get deep. All right? It's according to destiny. Right? All praises to the Most High God. Let's go to the book of John. Well, actually, I want Genesis chapter 50. Salakia. I want Genesis chapter 50. Genesis chapter 50 and verse number 20. Genesis 50 and 20. Now, as we know, Joseph's brethren Joseph's brethren sold him into slavery. We all know that. All right. They was jealous of him. They sold him into slavery to the Midianites. Midianites sold him to the Ishmaelites, vice versa. He was in prison. Now, Genesis 50 and 20. But as for you, ye thought evil against me. So his brother thought evil against him, had him get in prison, had majority of Joseph's life was taken away because of his brother and their evil device. Now, Joseph could have said, when he met his brother again, he could have said, man, I hate you, man. You sold me into prison. You sold me into slavery. You had majority of my life be taken away. That's what Joseph could have said. Hey, imagine somebody off of envy and jealousy had you get locked up for a majority of your years. That could have been, and it don't say, it could have been 20 years of your life taken away because somebody envied you. And you get out and you see that person again. Hey, the average man in the flesh, he's going to want to kill that person. All right? Man, cuss at the mouth, go off on that person, crash out. But this is what Joseph did. But as for you, you thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it were today, to save much people alive. So Joseph understood, yeah, they did do this to me. Majority of my life was taken away. But hey, Joseph, he looked at the good that was done in his life, man. He looked at the good that the Most High had him to do while he was locked away. All right. He saved a lot of people from a famine. All right. He got those 2 bakers out because of the interpretation of his dream. It's a lot of things that Joseph did, man. So Joseph, he understood, hey, the Most High did this for a reason. Why did he do this? To save much people. Right? Let's go to Tobit, chapter 8. That should show you, hey, guess what? Everything is ordained. Right, it's the book of Tobit. Let's get another so-called account. Right, Tobit chapter I believe that's 8 and 17. Right, this is the book of Tobit chapter 8 and right, it's another precept I'm looking for. All right, I want Tobit. Here we go. Tobit chapter 6 and 17. Right, this is the book of Tobit chapter 6 and 17. And the devil shall smell it and flee away and never come again anymore. But when thou shalt come to her, rise up both of you and pray to God, which is merciful, who will have pity on you and save you. Fear not, for she is appointed unto thee from the beginning. And thou shalt preserve her, and she shall go with thee. Moreover, I suppose that she shall bear thee children. Now when Tobias had heard these things, he loved her, and his heart was effectually joined to her. So this angel told Tobias, chiefly Raphael, he told her, you and Tobias and Sarah, she was appointed to you from the beginning. Even relationships, right? If you're married, your significant other that you're with is not because you guys just met up at Walmart. It was love at first sight, right? You was into her, she was into you, spitting game to her, and she laughing and giggling. No. You guys are with each other because the Most High appointed you with each other from the beginning. Whether your marriage is going good or bad, she was appointed to you for the beginning. Everybody on this planet, not everybody, but majority of people have significant others, all right, relationship-wise, husband and wives, that was everybody, somebody is made for you. Reason why you might be a man that, you know, been in a lot of relationships, none of them worked out. You might have been a woman, been in a lot of relationships, none of them worked out. That's because that person was not for you. Because the person that is for you, they're going to be appointed to you from the beginning. Everything is going to work smoothly. Everything is going to work like it's just a dream. Just like it did with Tobias and Sarah. So it says, I preserve, she is appointed unto thee from the beginning. So Sarah and Tobias was for each other from the beginning. You got a lot of Jakes. They can't be with that one Eve. You really like this girl. You can't be with her. You getting all sad, man. Depressed because she might like somebody else. All right, or vice versa. You a woman. You want this man, but you know you can't really obtain him. You getting sad, and people get depressed, man, because they can't be with somebody. Whole time they're not for you, and they never was. A lot of those times, those be demons and hidden in disguise. You're gonna know if that person is before you because they were already predestined from the beginning, ordained. Right? It's the book of Tobit, chapter 8 and verse number 7. And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust, but uprightly, therefore mercifully ordained, that we might become aged together. Right? So Tobias and Sarah, right, they was already mercifully ordained to be with each other. So that's another account showing you, hey, everything is according to the Most High's will. Nothing is of our own. Right, let's get another account in the book of John, chapter 6. Right, it's the book of John, chapter 6, and verse number 38. And it reads, For I came down from heaven, not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. So even Christ, when Christ was on the earth, he didn't do his own will. Christ had a specific mission to do. He didn't do his own. He did the will of him that sent me, which was the Father. He had to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He had to endure temptation. Right? He had to get up on a cross, die for the sins of the nation of Israel, continue to endure that temptation. And now he's set up in the third heaven on the right hand of the Most High God. Why? Because he did the will of the Father. Right, let's go to Matthew 26. It was times Christ didn't want to do the will of the Father. Right, and that might be you. Right, your flesh, sometimes it's going to want to go against the will of the Father. Sometimes in his flesh, you're going to want things that you know you can't have. But you still have to let the will of the Father be done. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26, and verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. For the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Verse 42. He went away again a second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except it thy will be done. So, hey, I'm going to jump up to verse 39. It says, and he went a little farther and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. So Yahushua said that 2 times. The second time, showing you, hey, Yahushua, his flesh didn't want to do the will of the Lord. He was asking the Lord, Lord, please, if I don't have to go through this, please don't let me go through this. But if so, let thy will be done. Right? So, and anytime you might, your flesh gets weak, you still want to have the mentality, let the will of the Father be done. And you have to be happy with the will of the Father, because a lot of the times the Lord is protecting you from evil. But the whole time you don't see it because you're so prideful. You want the things that you want at your desire. And that's why the Most High, certain men that really have a nasty, evil lust for certain things, he just give them over into you. He said, you know what? You want it? Go right ahead. Go right ahead and have it. right? That's why we have to thank the Most High for all of the wondrous and marvelous things which he does according to his will. All right? Which is the commandments. That's Psalms chapter 40 and 8. Right? But with that, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Right, again, the topic of this cold cut is everything happens for a reason. Lord willing, this was edifying. Right? Continue to read, pray, fast, study. Most importantly, beseech the Heavenly Father for his mercy. With that, I'm going to say shalom.